Hello you guys, what's up? Sorry I'm not showing my face, I'm having a little bit of a pajama kind of day. But for today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a full makeup collection declutter video. Yesterday I actually decluttered 10 eyeshadow palettes. I still didn't have a chance to upload these on my Poshmark, but it should be up, I want to say, when this video is live. But for today, also I have to organize my life, and these drawers are probably not the most organized. I mean, hey. But I did decide to do a video like this for today because I'm actually moving. I want to say in the next 2-ish months to a different state. It's going to be new news for me, the whole 9 yards. And obviously I'm going to be taking my makeup with me, but I want to try to go as light as possible, even though I do have a decent amount of makeup, but go lighter than what I actually have now. So I'm going to go through every single drawer and of course I'll probably like vlog the process. If you want to be up to date, you can follow me on Instagram and just, you know, stay tuned on here. But yeah, I'm gonna go through each drawer and probably get rid of definitely 2, possibly more in each drawer. I'm just like, I gotta keep things moving, you know? And whatever I could, I will post on Poshmark. Whatever I feel comfortable putting there, I will post there. So let's get started. Okay, so first I want to just possibly get rid of maybe like 2 or 3 mists. I think I'm gonna go ahead and declutter the Milk Makeup one. You know, I've tried so many times with this one, but I just don't find that it actually works out well for my skin. I don't feel like it does anything, and I cannot really like stand the smell. Let me tell you what it smells like, one sec. If you're from New York, you know car services have a specific kind of scent, a smell to them. So growing up, we used to take car services here and there, and that's what this smells like. It just kind of gives me a headache every single time, so it's not my speed. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this one. Just thinking what else. This right here by Charlotte is actually pretty good. I'm almost finished with that one. Well, this one also not bad. I think I'm gonna declutter this one though. I thought I would get more use out of it, but I just don't. I just think it's an okay, good, everyday mist, but I do have a decent amount of other ones to go through, and I really just want to try to have enough that actually fit in this, and even so, they don't all fit in there. But I think by just getting rid of 2 is still a decent amount. So I'll get rid of these 2 mists. Okay, moving into the foundation and CC cream, BB cream, tinted moisturizer drawer. I do really love the Best Skin Ever foundation by Sephora. I know they just released a concealer. I'll be honest with you guys, the Yummy Skin by Denisa Myricks is way too glowy for me, and it emphasizes every detail on my actual skin. So as much as I wanted to love this, it's nice-ish on, but you can see everything. It does give you a decent amount of coverage, but because it emphasizes all of my pores, it's not one that I really gravitate towards. I actually try to avoid using it. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to declutter that one. I have to just be firm with myself and really like see like, hey, am I loving this? Am I not? You know? I'm just thinking what else. The Valentino Foundation is one that I wanted to give a little bit more love to, but I just haven't in a while. I think I'm going to declutter the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. It's not one that I gravitate towards. I don't feel like I love using it, and I just don't love the finish on my skin either. I love their Soft Matte Foundation for a full coverage look, but this one just did not like really work out for me. I know they have a few other ones like a luminous foundation. This is a light reflecting one. I might want to pick up the luminous one because I heard it's great for dry skin, but it doesn't emphasize much. So I'm going to declutter this one. I mean, I might do more declutters as time goes because this is still a decent amount, but you know, 2 by 2 I feel like is still, you know, something. Next up we have my concealer drawer. So if you guys actually watched my the video where I shared like my favorite products from Sephora, the best 250 bucks ever spent there, I did speak about this right here by the Rose, I did speak about this concealer by the Rose Ink brand, and then the Nude Sticks ones, which I love. So I did also mention that I just don't need this many in my collection, so I'm going to be getting rid of a decent amount over here. I feel like I am kind of over the Tarte Shape Tape just now that I have the other ones. It really does not like hit home anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of these 2. I'm also gonna get rid of the regular Tarte Shape Tape. I have the ultra creamy ones and then the regular ones. I'm gonna get rid of those. I will also declutter this one by Tarte. Actually, I think that I do kind of like this one by e.l.f. I want to say is a little bit more on the older side. As you can see, I did finish off a decent amount, but I want to say it's a little bit more older. I do have another shade though, so I'm good on that. The Camo Concealer is pretty good. The Instant Erase one, I'm still gonna keep. I do like this by e.l.f. too. So I will keep those, but I will also declutter this by Ofra Cosmetics just because I don't really use a lot of like color correcting products, and if I end up using, I really like this one by Pixi. It's a newer product that I think they just came out with, and it's the perfect shade for me. The Ofra one actually has deeper tones, so it never really hit home. So I'm gonna keep the Pixi, get rid of that, and then with these from Essence, I'm gonna keep the peach one and get rid of the pink one. They are very similar, so I just don't feel like I need both on hand. What else? The Maybelline one has a little bit of an awkward smell. I'm gonna get rid of this one by Tarte. It just never really did much for me. I felt like it looked and felt pretty thick on the under eye area, so I don't really use that. The Ofra one is a little bit too light for me, so I'm gonna declutter this too. And the Charlotte Tilbury one, honestly, I'm not that much of a fan. Like, I will tell you, I don't know if it's a hyped up product or not. And then the fact that it also has like a sponge, I don't know, it just gets really messy. And I know actually a lot of you guys said it's not sanitary at all, but like when this came out, nobody said anything, as well as the like Charlotte Tilbury like cream highlighters and bronzers. But when this came out, like there was so much like controversy around it, so I don't know. But I'm also gonna get rid of this NARS one. It's a shade that is a little bit too gray toned on me. It's in vanilla, but I find that a lot of their concealers, did I say bronzer? No, I don't think so. I find a lot of the concealers are very gray toned. I'm gonna keep the Catrice one. I do like that. I have 2 shades in the Catrice concealer. I'll keep the Maybelline one because I still wanna feel it out, see what's up. The Stay Naked concealer, I'm okay with. I'm not fully obsessed, but I think I'll still end up keeping it. But yeah, I do have to organize this drawer, but not bad. I got rid of a decent amount. Like a decent amount. That's like more than 2, for sure, for sure. Next up, we have my primer drawer, which really needs a little bit of help, I will tell you. I wanted to do like actually a full in-depth primer declutter video, but then I'm like, does anyone really care about that? Like just having a separate video for this? I don't know. But I figured it would just be like, I'll just do it in here. So I'm gonna declutter. Let's go for the number 3, even though I'm sure I could get rid of more, but I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't been using a ton of primer. I just use I just use moisturizer lately. I have actually a lot of thoughts on the unpopular opinions that you guys sent in, and one of them was about primers, and I definitely agree with that. But let's see what I want to say goodbye to. Okay, this is an absolute must. It's a beautiful oil on the skin. I love that. The Nyx Marshmallow Primer is a solid one too. Like I'll use that from time to time. I think I'm going to declutter the Wet n Wild one, the Water Drop Primer. I think it's nice. It's pretty hydrating, but if I'm looking for something hydrating and not necessarily pore filling, I'll just use a moisturizer, which has better ingredients for the skin. So a little bit of like an extra step for me that I don't do as much anymore. I'm also going to declutter this right here by Kevyn Aucoin. I want to say it's a little bit more on the older side, so I think I might end up tossing this. Yeah. I finished off a full size of this, and this is like another half that I finished off. I loved it so much at the time, but I do love the Pixi oil a bit more if I need a little bit more hydration. The Smashbox one is also just very, very thin. This is also good, but I just don't really reach for it these days, so declutter that one as well. And then I do have this by Ofra that I actually don't necessarily love, because they came out with these, and I feel like this just looks much prettier on the skin. And this almost, I want to say, is a dupe for the Lumi Glotion, which this is cheaper than this, but if you want to know like kind of like what it's about, it blends out into the skin as nicely as this one. So I'm gonna declutter this. This is specifically their Northern Lights primer. So again, a little bit more on the hydrating side, but I would just end up using a moisturizer. It does smell pretty nice, but I think I'm ready to part ways. I did finish off a decent amount of that one. Q-tip. Let's see, I do have little ones back here. I want to just see if I can kind of organize it a little bit better. a little bit more space, but I'm sure I could have gotten rid of more. I just think that I don't want to overdo anything because I'm also very into duping stuff lately, and I would hate to declutter and then buy it and be like, oh yeah, I wanted to dupe it, but it's like, but you decluttered it, you know? Am I speaking like 15,000 miles an hour? Okay, let's move on to the next row, which I want to say is cream blushes. Oh no, okay, so this right here is where I keep my actual blushes, not cream. It did definitely become a bit more fuller since I did purchase all of these blushes by Benefit. They're literally the cutest thing. This is also a newer repurchase for me. Not repurchase, sorry, repurchase. I've been testing that out, trying to find dupes for it. I'm gonna declutter one of these by Ofra. Not because I don't like them, but because it does take up a lot of space and I just don't necessarily feel like I need two on hand. So we have this one, which is called Blushful. And then this I want to say was limited edition. So I think I'm going to declutter this one, although this was a really pretty blush. I'll be able to give that a new home. This is in Too Cheeky. I think it was limited edition anyway. And then I do tend to use this one a bit more, especially for this shade. This is a really pretty color. So we got those. And then I think I'm finally gonna part ways with this right here by Urban Decay. Honestly, I did like this for a decent amount of time, but it's not a little one that I really reach for way too much. And besides for the fact that I really only use it for the bronzer most of the time. The highlighter was nice, but nothing to write home about. And then the blush was also, it was pretty, but just like a more mauvey tone blush that I feel like I'm, you know, have a decent amount of. They are fairly pigmented. So like you could even see here, like you do get a lot of pigment off of that. So they do work pretty well, but it's just, you know what it is also, I feel like because it isn't a separation, it's just hard to get the brush exactly in there, you know? So I would have loved if there would have been a little bit of a divider, even though they're all powders. I just feel like it would be easier, but I know this has gone through a decent amount of declutters and I just never get rid of it. So I think I'm gonna say goodbye to that. And this is in Fly. Right here is the name. They have a few of these, but I'm gonna say goodbye to that one. And then everything else I am going to end up keeping. Honestly, majority of these, like I said, are these box blushes by Benefit, and most of the other ones I do typically use. So yes, okay, I think we're done here. Also, I love blush, just to put it out there. Next, we are up to my cream blushes. I will tell you guys, I used to be a little bit more into cream blushes, maybe like a year or 2 years ago. Now I still use them, but probably not as much. I did want to say, oh yeah, this actually is on sale. I want to say still at Sephora for 22 bucks. It's so cute, and I do love the products in here a ton. So I'm for sure gonna keep that one. I think I'm gonna declutter this by Ofra. It just seems like it kind of went a little bit old. It was in the shade Truly. It was a pretty color, but I think I'm ready to part ways with that one. I also have this one from Pixie, which I want to give a little bit more love to. It's like a blackberry color, very interesting. I think I used everything else in here, so I don't think I'm gonna get rid of anything else in this drawer. Like I have this one by Kaja, I have this one by Rare, which I don't have a lot of their blushes. The Melt one is a cult classic favorite of mine, even though it has little bristles of the brushes in there. This Milani one looks terrible, but it's so good. It's in Coral Crush. These Pixie ones I like, but the packaging is just not the easiest to work with, but it's still very pretty on the skin. And it's also by Beauty Blenders, solid stuff. So, ooh, you know what I want to get rid of? A cream blush that's not here. Let me show you one sec. So I am gonna get rid of two in the end. One second. Oh, here. Okay, fine. Wait, so firstly, I actually have a few pieces of makeup on my desk over there, but this is one by Rare that I have it in glaze. And then I have this one by YSL. I spoke about it in my like least favorite products I purchased from Sephora. I would say the quality is just not there. This is in the shade New Pinch. Maybe in a deeper shade it would work out better, but it just feels like an extra layer on the skin. It doesn't blend too well, leaves a tackier feel on the cheeks, and the staying power sucks. It's supposed to be for the lips too, but I feel like they really marketed it mainly as like a cheek product. So I mainly use it for that. For the lips, I mean, it's fine, whatever, but I feel like I bought it for the cheeks and it failed me. So I might pick up the deeper shade to see if it works out better, but I'll be honest, the quality on the cheeks is just not for me. So I'm gonna get rid of this one, unfortunately, by YSL. It's a hot product, like it looks good, but it doesn't really work that well. So that's pretty much it for the cream blushes. Next, we're gonna move on to bronzers. All of my bronzers. I am probably gonna get rid of one of these just because I have 2 of them and I feel like I don't necessarily need 2 on hand. And then, let's see. And then I have, like, let's say this from Dior, which I actually like, even though I don't use all of the shades. I mainly use this one from the whole palette. So, but I love the packaging, so I don't know about this one. I might end up keeping that one. This by Charlotte is actually really pretty too. It's pretty warm. This by Charlotte. Also, I haven't given it enough love. It's a cream bronzer. I then have this one by Charlotte, which really only works for me on my palest days. So, or if I'm like tanned a bit, I can use it as a regular face powder. It's very light in tone, so it's like a makeup, no makeup like palette. And then this I'd really like for traveling. It's like a good little one to just have everything like in one. So I'm gonna keep those. I think I'm gonna declutter this one by Ofra. I feel like I'm getting rid of a decent amount of their goods, but I just feel like I wasn't using a ton of their items lately. And then for bronzer, from the two of these, I have light bronzer and deep bronzer. So this is the deep one. Well, the Ofra one I'll say goodbye to, so that's Uno. And then the light one is this one. These are very easy to blend out. So I feel like I could keep this one and go very light instead of going with this one and then just having to build up. But I love the formula of these. It's their regular butter bronzer in like a different package. So cute. But I think I'll be able to pass this on to someone else and keep one for myself. I don't know if I necessarily need both on hand. So I'll keep those. Or am I getting rid of this one? Actually, forget it. I'm keeping this because I'm thinking I might need that for something. But I think I'm gonna declutter this one. It is still brand new. Yeah, and it smells like coffee, so I might just gift it for free with someone, like with any purchase that someone makes on Poshmark. Because I have this one, which I typically use anyway much more. And this one is also one by them that I use a lot. So I think, and there's another one. I don't know where the other one went. It's somewhere. I do have another one by them, like from this collection. So I'm gonna keep this one and declutter this. Okay, great. Next, we're moving into highlighters. So typically when I do a highlighter declutter, I will get rid of one of the Ultra highlighters. As much as they are absolutely gorgeous, I'm just thinking to myself, if I end up, or when I end up moving, well, when I end up moving, just having to take all of this with me, it just seems like so much. So I would love to give this to someone else to a better home. I think I'm gonna declutter this one. Yeah, this is the Steph Tom's highlighter in Milk and Cookies. This is one that I actually never really loved. The color just it didn't look the bestest on me. It's so interesting, like that was the first one that I picked up. So I'm gonna declutter this. It's like a goldeny type of shade. So that's one. This is one that I wear all of the time. This is in Glazed Donut. And yeah, okay, fine. So we have a little bit more space over there. No, it's not gonna work out. This is by Nabla. Finished up a decent amount. I have to get back to it. This is such a good highlighter. It's in Ozone. If you have a lighter skin tone, it's beautiful. And then I think I'm going to declutter this bit by Ciate London. It's like a pinky. Can you even see? No, the lighting is pretty bad. One sec. Yeah, it's like a pinky grayer tone highlighter almost. So not really into this shade. The quality was really nice. So pretty nice and very smooth. But I think I am gonna say goodbye to that one. These by Ciate London are brand new. They're so pretty. It's like a highlighter, no highlighter, but it still gives you a little bit more than that, and it doesn't emphasize much. So I've been really loving those. They're brand new to the game. Okay. Awesome beans. I think we're ready to open up the next drawer. Okay, so next I actually have eyeshadow palettes here, but like I told you guys, I actually got rid of 10 yesterday. 10, which I think is a decent amount. Let me just see if I can maybe get rid of more. I'm sure I can get rid of one of these by Ofra. Again, I do like these little ones. I just feel like it's a lot of the same style ones. So I have this right here, which I do love. I think I'm okay parting ways with this. I have my palette that I made with them, and I have this shade already. And then this shade I have a bunch of times in the other palettes. So the only ones I'm really missing is this one, and this one, which I have a pink somewhere else. This is a neutral color. And then the blue I also have somewhere else. So this one right here is in Beachside. So I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye to this one. Declutter one of these as well. There are only like 3 or 4 that I really, really love. So we have my palette, keeping. This I'm obsessed with, such a good one, oh my gosh. Another one of my palettes. Then I have also one that I'm in love with. The colors are beautiful. I have the pink kind of like over here, so I think I'm good with that. And then with these, I think I'm okay parting ways with one. So we have that one. And then this one. I think I'm gonna declutter this because if I want like a green shade, I have it here, and then everything else I think I pretty much have like in this palette. So this is the Glitch 2000. Declutter that one, and I'm gonna keep this one, which is the Glitch, just regular Glitch palette. Okay, yay. Wait. No, I'm keeping this. I can't put it in the declutter pile like that. All right, so yeah, there's that too. Okay, next, moving into this drawer here. This is where I keep my brow products, mascaras, random brush. I definitely need a little bit of a cleanup because they're also kind of like dirty, so I would want to wipe it down. This by Benefit, I really just don't like. I try to love it, but it just does not work out well. The Milani one is so much better, and it's drugstore. So I don't even know where that product is. I just kept like the box in here, so I'm gonna leave that out for now. But I will be decluttering, basically. I'll have to find it somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. 1 second. This is what I'm talking about when I say I have to find it. It's somewhere here, basically. Who really knows, though? But yeah. So eventually, when I find it, I'll get rid of it. I also don't love this by Physicians Formula. It does not really draw much on, and I just love the Milani and even NYX one much better than this. Maybe this shade is too light, I'm not sure. It's a Universal Brown, so yeah. Universal definitely will not work out for me because I just don't feel like there's a Universal brow product, you know? So declutter. Section, I'm thinking I might end up keeping everything because I do use these products from time to time. Brow products, also I don't really have that much. I just opened up a new ABH Clear Brow Gel. And then in this section, also I don't have that much to say goodbye to. Like this closest one I really need to give a little more love to, the Say one as well. You know what, I think this one is practically done by Maybelline, the Curl Bounce Mascara. It was okay, a little bit more of a drier formula. It has a natural bristled wand. I just didn't think it hit home, so I probably would not repurchase that. Got this. And then I think I'm gonna say goodbye to the Perversion one. I know this is practically done. I just have a hard time getting rid of it because it's so cute. It has like droplets on it for the packaging. It is waterproof. I typically don't go for such a formula, but I did use this a decent amount of times. I like it. I prefer the regular formula, so I'll probably purchase the regular one over the waterproof, but that was nice if you do want a waterproof option. And then moving into this drawer, here's where I keep my powders. I feel like these drawers are so much more aesthetically pleasing than like this. It's like, what's going on in here? Not that into it. But I will declutter this by Milk Makeup. I used to like this, but I actually don't anymore. It's the Translucent Light Powder. I mean, it's halfway done, but the Huda one is like a billion times better than this. The Laura Mercier one is also, and it looks gross. So I think I'm ready to part ways. I did discuss with you guys this Dior powder that I just don't love it. I feel like there's a laminated feel on top, and it's so hard to get the brush in there to get product to apply on the face. But there were a lot of like mixed opinions on this from you guys. A lot of you guys were like, oh my gosh, same, don't like it. And a bunch of you guys were like, no way, it's like my favorite thing ever. So I want to give it a little bit more love, see what I can do with this, and then from there decide like, hey, it's for me or it's not. So I'm gonna keep that in there for now, and I will end up decluttering. I think there was one more. Yeah, this one. Yeah. So this one by Essence, the Brighten Up powder. This is a banana powder. And it actually is a pretty light, almost white banana powder. I just don't really use these kind of products. I typically use either a loose powder for the under eye or a face powder that's my shade. Nothing like this, not a pressed powder really under the eye. So I'm gonna declutter that one. Not bad. I used to have powders in there as well, so that's kind of emptied out a bit. Some of these liners can definitely go, like this Huda one. I'm just not into. It's terrible, I want to say. I don't know where I got this. Maybe Ipsy Luna liner. It does nothing for me. The Kaja one is pretty good. And I want to say that's pretty much it. So, oh, and this one. I really just do not like this at all. The Wayne Gloss. I'm sorry, but it sucks. It does not do anything for me. And then in this little section here, I have these gel liners, which are practically dried out. So that one is by Ofra. It's in the shade Light My Fire. Yeah. So you could see here, it is pretty much on its way out. So I'm going to declutter. I just wouldn't feel comfortable putting it on my eye, especially since my eyes tear with anything that I put on it. I also have the black one. I'm going to say goodbye to that one as well. This right here is also another black one. It definitely, well, okay, it definitely looks better. This is what it's supposed to look like, so I'm going to keep this. And then I just have some primers here, which I'm going to declutter this one. I really don't use eye primers all that often, so having this many is just unnecessary. The Alamar one I could say goodbye to. I have this one by MAC. This is in Soft Ochre. I used to own Painterly, which I loved. I do like it more than Soft Ochre because Soft Ochre is a little bit more yellowy. Painterly is a little more pinky. I just feel like it looks better on my eye. But I do have this one if I need something super long lasting. I'm also going to declutter this by ABH. I feel like it's a little bit more of a thicker formula for the eye, and it just feels like extra weight for nothing. So I'm going to declutter that one too. But yeah, I want to, like I said, organize in here because obviously it's not supposed to look like this. Next we have lip products here. I actually don't know which one I want to get rid of. Let's see. I do like these by Essence. They're really nice. I guess I could get rid of maybe like 2 of these by Urban Decay. So I'm gonna keep these 3 shades. I'm gonna get rid of this one. These also are slightly plumping, but they're not like irritating or anything. Oh, I'm gonna declutter this one by Too Faced. I don't even know why this is in my collection. I do not like the Lip Extreme by them, so I probably got this. You know what? I actually even think it's brand new. I think I got it as like a Sephora Favorites kit, so I'm gonna declutter that one. The next drawer of goods I have here are lip balms. I'm gonna declutter this one by Beauty. This right here is a terrible lip balm. I bought it for the full price tag. Then it ended up being at TJ, but quality sucks. Very disappointing. Very disappointing, I would say. Yum, I forgot about this one by ColourPop, the Lizzie McGuire one. I have to use them more often. But I also think I'm going to declutter this one by Kaleidos. I did use it for a decent amount of time, and I think it's pretty good, but I think I prefer the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. So you can see here, I finished off with these now. I prefer the Laneige one, or like this one by Too Faced, which is also almost done. Focus, yeah. So I think I'm going to part ways with this guy. I think that is pretty much it. Here's where I keep like my makeup bags. All of these used to be filled with makeup, so I'm actually happy that it's not completely stuffed. I have some hair products here, which maybe eventually I'll get rid of some. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Here are most of the goods I'm getting rid of. Looking forward to your comments down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video.